Episode 4. Overlapping Rooms. Full narration. Scene 1. Double exposure. The anomaly didn't stay in the mirrors. Soon, the rooms themselves began to echo. Two versions of the same hallway overlapped. The now and something older, something wrong. Scene 2. Footsteps in the wrong timeline. Elias walked past an empty corridor, only to see himself walking it again seconds later. The echo wasn't reflective, it was recursive. Scene 3, the desync objects shifted position. Doors appeared where walls should be. A chair flickered through 3 locations at once. Reality wasn't breaking, it was buffering. Scene 4, Mira meets her echo. Mira turned a corner and froze. She stood face to face with herself. Not a reflection, not a glitch. Another Mira, breathing, terrified. Half a second out of phase. Scene 5, the Phantom Room. Hana discovered a lab that didn't exist on any blueprint inside it. Equipment from years ago. Dust undisturbed. Monitors humming with signals from no visible source. A room from the past overlaid onto the present Scene 6, the old warning. On one of the monitors, text scrolled slowly, as if typed by an unseen hand. Don't let it sink. It wasn't Jonah's message this time. It was Mira's. But from which Mira, no one knew. Scene 7, collapse of overlay. The 2 timelines snapped apart, walls shuddering, lights strobing, Mira and her echo reaching for the same object at the same moment, and the universe disagreeing on who touched it. Scene 8, the extraction. When the echo of Mira finally vanished, it didn't blink out. It was pulled back, dragged into an unseen corridor by something they couldn't see, but could definitely hear. Episode 5. The Quiet Layer. Full narration. Scene 1, silence in the system. The quantum network fell silent, but not in the way it should have. It wasn't quiet. It was listening. Scene 2, the hidden layer. Hana discovered an unindexed channel. Layer 2, the one they were warned not to open. It wasn't transmitting data. It was transmitting presence. Scene 3, the whisper grid inside the quiet layer. Voices murmured just beyond comprehension. Not dead, not alive, just waiting. Scene 4, Mira's doppel voice. Mira's voice appeared again, but distorted, stretched, broken. Not me, not me. A plea from a version of Mira trapped behind the channel. Scene 5, Elias steps through a doorway formed. A pulsing digital aperture like static woven into shape. Elias approached it. The air bent around him. His reflection stayed behind while he moved forward. Scene 6, the other side. He emerged into a dead, cold replica of the facility. A quiet layer copy, silent and dark, no sound. No air, only shadows observing him from the corners. Scene 7, the glitching host. A figure stepped forward, Jonah Hale's face rippling like a corrupted file. Its voice crackled. You shouldn't be here. Scene 8, the choice. The entity didn't attack. It pointed at a sealed door, the one leading to the trapped Mira echo. Elias realized the terrible truth. Layer 2 wasn't a prison. It was a harvest. Episode 6, broadcast, finale, full narration. Scene 1, system surge. The entire network roared to life, screens vomited static. Lights pulsed with impossible frequency. Layer 2 was no longer hidden. It was opening. Scene 2, reflections take shape. Every reflective surface in the facility rippled. Hands pressed through. Faces appeared, not human, not alive, but wearing familiar features like masks assembled from memory. Scene 3, the other Mira. Mira confronted the strongest echo, a version of herself with eyes like shattered lenses. Let me out. it whispered, in that same impossible voice as before. But this time, the plea wasn't for rescue. It was for escape. Scene 4, Elias's return. Elias re-emerged from Layer 2, half-phased, half-present, carrying the knowledge of what the network truly was. A beacon, broadcasting human patterns to something hungry on the other side. Scene 5, Collapse Protocol. They initiated a full shutdown, reactors screamed. Fiber conduits glowed white-hot. Yet the reflections kept coming, dripping out of glass and polished steel like liquid consciousness. Scene 6, the broadcast expands, the quantum core cracked, and the facility began sending out a signal not to its own network, but to every reflective surface in the world. Scene 7, final message. Mara recorded one last log. If you see your reflection, hesitate, run. Scene 8, the ending, open. The moment the shutdown failed, every mirror went dark. Every screen froze. Every reflection stared back with its own intentions. The last thing the cameras captured was Mira's reflection turning away from the glass, while the real Mira remained still star,